I'm going to go over some of the basics that you guys need to know. Like, for example, what is Axie Infinity? Basically, Axie Infinity is one of the very first play-to-earn games. It's widely accepted now. There's a ton of players out there now. And basically, the more you play, the more money you can earn. And you earn it in a form of SLP, which is an in-game cryptocurrency that is used for breeding Axies. Get more into that later. But basically, I've been playing for about a week and I have 543. And at the time of making this, it's about 9 cents per SLP. So, how you actually earn the SLP is a couple different ways. One is by doing your daily quests. If you complete all 3 of your daily quests, you get an additional 25, which is pretty simple. It's just checking in, completing 10 adventure modes, levels, which I'll get into that in a second, and then just winning 5 arena matches, and I'll get into that in a second as well. So first off with the adventure. Basically, it's the single player campaign version. The more you play, the higher up on levels that you'll get, and you can earn an additional 50 SLP on here per day. And then I believe once you get more Axies, you can get up to like 100 a day on adventure. So it's really nice. The other way is by arena battles. When you have energy and you play in arena, then you can gain additional SLP. You need energy for adventure to earn experience, which makes beating the higher levels easier. So what I would recommend if you're just starting out and just getting into it, for every single day you get your 20 energy if you have between 3 and 9 Axies, which most people will just have 3 when they're starting out. But so I would use the 20 energy all on adventure for the first probably couple weeks, because then it'll get you up to these higher levels. Once you get up to, I've heard it's like level 19 way over here, then you'll be able to gain that SLP a day a lot faster and beat those 10 levels really fast and get your max SLP a day. Then it should take you less than an hour. After that point, you use basically all 20 energy on the arena, because for every match you win in the arena, you get additional SLP, and you can still get your SLP from adventure without having energy. You just have to play it and beat the levels. Alright, next thing that we're going to go over, let's go over some stats. Alright, so the stats for Axie Infinity are kind of confusing when you first get started. Basically, there's health, which determines how many hit points your Axies have. There's speed, which controls who goes first and who goes second and last and so on. And then there's skill, which skill, if I remember correctly, what is skill again? Don't use it very often. Skill basically, okay. Skill is bonus damage for combos. So if you play multiple cards at a time, you can do some bonus damage. And then morale is your chance of getting a critical hit or entering last stand when your Axie dies. So the most important two to really watch for and look at is the health and the speed. So let me actually pull up here my inventory. So for my inventory, the tank here is going to have the highest HP and one of the slowest speeds. The birds will have a very low HP but a high speed, and then aquas are kind of in the middle. There's also Beast, Dusk, and Dawn. Dusk and Dawn are not very, you don't see them a lot. And normally they use like Beast cards with them. Anyways, Beasts will have higher HP than birds but less speed than birds. They're sitting in between the aqua and the birds. So for the tank, you're going to have high HP, you're going to have higher HP, lower speed. Birds, again, you'll have lower HP, higher speed. And this is nice because when you have a bird in your lineup and you have a really high speed, then you're going to go first almost every time. And aquas have a mid HP and a mid speed, but where you can look at is some card bonuses apply speed to this Axie for 2 rounds when it's attacked. So that's nice, and that's a way to combat birds. If I were to play 1 or 2 of those cards and get attacked, then I might be faster than my opponent's bird. Next thing to get into, the price of entry. So all these slow ones here that you see for under basically $100, they're gonna be no longer available. So to get one that is available, you're looking at probably $150 minimum in most cases. Yeah, 136 already sold out. 168 you can still get. So 168 per Axie, and these are for the absolute cheapest on the market right now. And to get an actual decent team, you're gonna have to pay a lot more. For example, I have mine for sale $294, $270, $972 because I'm wanting to change up my team a little bit. So I'll show you what I paid for these though. I paid this one 0.09 ETH, 0.175 ETH, 0.06, and 0.057. And as you can see, I'm listing them for sale quite a bit more than that. And I've had a beast and sold it. I had a reptile and sold it and made profit on both. I've now made about $300 in profit between the two sales. And I've only been playing about a week, so I've gotten some of my money back. Things to keep in mind when you're doing this though. When you go to transfer your Ethereum from MetaMask into your Ronin wallet, which is the in-game wallet that you use to purchase your Axies, there's going to be a gas fee. You can find out what that gas fee is going to be by right here. There's a website for it. It tells you the approximate gas fees. So if you look at standard to deposit Ethereum, it's going to cost you about $53. So therefore what this means basically is when you go to put your Ethereum into your Ronin wallet, you want to do it once. You don't want to do it 3 or 4 times just to make sure that, because you're only doing a little bit at a time, you want to do it once. So it's better to put in more than what you think you're going to need and then just leave it in there, and then if you decide you want to use more later, you just use it then. So I would definitely recommend that. I actually had to do 2 transactions. I had to transfer it twice because I didn't do enough. So I ended up paying double the gas fee than I really needed to. Also, make sure you watch this. When I actually first did it, the gas fee was super high for whatever reason. And I didn't really know any better because it was my first time. So I ended up paying, I want to say it was $180 plus each time that I transferred the Ethereum in, and I did it twice. So it was a lot in gas fees. It should be lower, like 40 bucks. So $40 to $50 is a pretty good range. Alright, so the next thing that we'll get into is breeding Axies. That's why I have 2 plants, and that's why I have this Google Chrome add-on. It is Freaks Axie extension. What it does is you hover over and it shows you the dominant recessive 1 and recessive 2 genes for your Axies. That's why this one is listed so high, is because it's fully pure for dominant and recessive 1. So it's a great breeding Axie, and it has a 0 breed on it right now because each Axie you can only breed a total of 7 times. And each time you breed it, it gets more and more expensive each time. So for breeding them, what I mean by it gets more and more expensive, give me just a second. Alright, so for breeding your Axies and being more and more expensive each time, it's going to cost you 300 SLP just to breed 2 Axies with a 0 breed count. So I go to select my other Axie, I can't because they're for sale. It'll add the other 150 for this one, so it's 150 per 0 breed Axies for a total of 300. And then the breeding fee is 2 AXS tokens, which you can buy through Coinbase or other exchanges. And basically they're right now sitting around $60 to $80 per coin. So you're looking at $120 to $160 to breed them. But after you breed them, you'll get an egg that in 5 days will hatch and become a new full Axie, which you can then turn around and either sell or rebreed. And depending on the traits that it gets, it could be worth a lot more than that $180, $160. So it's definitely worth breeding if you know what you're doing and if you're doing it right. I haven't done it yet. I'm planning on doing it here soon. I currently have 0 SLP in here. It's all in the game. But I can transfer that out here in just about a week, and as soon as I can do that, I'm going to be breeding. If I still have these 2, I'll breed the plants. If one of these sell, I'm hoping to get another aqua, and I'm going to be breeding this aqua with the new aqua. And so that's my plan for the near future, and that's another great way that you can look at this as an investment and make some money off of it. So now let's get into some typical teams. A typical team is, let me just pull this up. A typical team would be, typical team is going to be a plant or tank up front you're going to have a midliner and a backliner. A backliner typically has very high damage. I have a 0 cost because I'm in the middle of kind of changing my team. I'm wanting this to be my midline aqua, and I'm wanting to get rid of the bird and not have it. I'm wanting to run a plant double aqua. So the midliner should have a 0 cost that basically is a good way for gaining energy. That's why this is actually a great midline aqua, because it has a 0 cost card and it gains you 1 energy combo with the card when combined with any other card. So that's why it's a great option. This bird is nice because it's kind of like a backdoor bird. You can skip the closest target if there's 2 or more enemies remaining. So if I'm fighting this exact team, I'd skip over the plant and I'd go directly to the bird. It's really nice because on the first turn, if I get this card and 2 of the other ones, I can play it and both the other ones and kill a beast in the second spot, literally turn 1, as long as they don't play any shield, which is absolutely amazing and game changing. But it doesn't happen real often because you got to get lucky and get a 3-card draw and it be the right 3 cards. For the tank, this is close to the meta, but not quite. Ideally, I'd want to have Sirius here, which is why I have my plants for sale. I want to replace it with the meta plant. I would need a Sirius here, which basically it's lower damage, but you would steal an energy from your opponent. And then also you'd want to change the carrot for the hot butt, which is basically a pepper. And what it does is it turns off the mouth card for the other opponent's Axie that you attack for the next round. So for example, they wouldn't be able to play this card here since it's the mouth card. You can tell by, this is Hungry Bird card, and you can tell by literally looking at their mouth. Cactus is cactus here, the pumpkin on the back is a pumpkin here, and carrot is carrot. So that's how the cards work and everything. So it's basically body parts. So for example here, it's gonna be the horns is right here. Wait, no, sorry. Horns is here, wings here, the beak here, and the tail is down here, same thing. So fin, the mouth, tail, and the horns is here. Wait, horns is here, sorry, fin. Kind of confused. I'm still learning these a little bit. So it's back, mouth, head, tail. So back, mouth, head, tail. There you go. And so that's how that works. And so without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and jump into a match. Alright, so for my strategy on this, I normally like to use most of my energy for round 1. So what I'm going to do, I also want to get value out of my plant cards, so I'm going to play both of those and that just to do max damage to his plant. A lot of people skip round 1, otherwise they will steal your energy round 1. So I think he probably played 1 series. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, played 1 series, just tried to steal an energy. Exactly what he did. So now, since I'm at 0 energy, he couldn't steal. Which is why I like to play all 3 cards right off the bat. Now, he has a Dusk, which is basically a beast, so I'm going to play all 3 of those this round, since I still have 3 energy, and try to take him out on round 2. As long as he doesn't play any shield, it should kill him, which is great. It'll put me in a pretty good advantage, especially if he skips or just doesn't play anything. Fortunately, he played shield, so I'm not going to be able to fully kill him off of this turn. But, oh, so I forgot about that. I'll explain that in just a second. He's probably going to kill my plant here, but the reason why that happened is the egg that you saw him play has an aroma effect, so it makes my next Axie attack him instead, which I'm fine with because it ended up just killing him. So now I have 2 energy, so I'm going to play both of these because this will give me an energy back and it will deal good damage to him. I'm not in that bad of a spot right now just because I already have one of his Axies gone with that not being his plant. And the plant's normally, the tank normally doesn't have very high damage. He's going to steal that energy back, which is unfortunate, and deal some good damage. He crit me, which isn't good for me. But what I can do now, since If you see this is the order that your cards play in. Last stand, so I have 2 moves before I'm finished off. So I'm actually going to play 1 card and then just end and not play any of these, because then his beast will go next. So any attack that he uses on the beast will go toward the bird, and the bird's already dead. So as you can see here, it's kind of a waste because he played the pumpkin shield just to get him out of there, which is unfortunate. But now what I can do is I'm going to play max shield I can, and then got me a speed boost. So that's going to fully kill him basically no matter what, and I'll get an energy back, so I'll still be able to play all 4 cards next time because I have a 0. But he might be able to kill me just because he has that crit card. So this is guaranteed crit when played with 2 others, which sucks. But we'll see. I might just barely live. I do. And because he's already hurt a little bit, now I can play by 0 and 3. And we'll see if I can get him out here. If he doesn't, I'll be able to kill him fully. So there we go, first win. So then this is your ranking. Every single time you win, you gain somewhere between like 15 to 20 spots. Every single time you lose somewhere between 15 to 20 spots. But that's basically how a match works. And then you can check the leaderboards right here. So like this is your ranking, and this is basically where you play in the matchup. These are the top 100 players. So it goes up to 2977. I'm currently in 870,000th place. And then there's a season remaining, time in 8 days. So here, top person wins 225,000 AXS tokens. The top 1,000 win 1,000 tokens, which is absolutely insane. If one AXS is worth $80, that's equivalent to $80,000. It's currently closer to 60, but it's still $60,000. For a price of 80 per token, 225 is $18 million. So that is absolutely insane. I don't know how often these seasons go because, like I said, I've only been playing about a week, but that is some insane prize pool. So this has another 8 days remaining. I'm going to be playing a lot. I'm hoping to somehow manage my way and get into that top 1,000, but it'll be a long shot. But we'll see what we can do. And I figured it out. Basically, if I won 100 straight games, averaging 20 trophies a game, I'd be in first place. So I mean, it's doable. I'm not going to win 100 in a row, or I'm not expecting to get anywhere near first place just because of the strategy that people have, and different builds and things are a lot harder to beat than others. But so this is perfect opportunity here. I got the smart shot and 2 other high damage cards. I used all 3 of my energy first hand to take out that beast. He probably is going to pass here. Most players do, or he doesn't even have a Sirius, so he can't try to play first, steal the energy. So exactly, he passed. And now I'm just going to kill his beast turn 1. Goes into last stand. So now all I need to do is make sure I play a couple cards before his beast shows up. So what I'm going to do for that, I'm actually just going to play both of these, and then I'm just going to play both of those, just go for high damage, because he might try to throw something out there on the beast, and that way he'll only get 1 card to play if he only plays a beast card. If he plays any bird cards at all, exactly, he played 3 there, thinking I wouldn't do anything because I played the 2 that I had. He only can do 1 move, which still is going to be guaranteed crit, which sucks, but not that big of a deal. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a carrot and try to gain some energy back. And yeah, we'll just go with that. I'm expecting the bird to do a backdoor attack in the next turn or 2. So I'm hoping he doesn't have the cards for it, since he just played the 3-card combo from the beast. He used 3 energy. Oh, there's a backdoor. So my bird is probably dead here. Or he didn't quite have enough for it. Oh, he had enough. Yep, so I'm in last stand. Unfortunately, that is how it is. Field. Now I'm going to use this, get some energy back. And I think I'm going to go for the riskier play here and try to just take out his beast in this turn. Not worried about the back door for at least a couple turns now, since he just used the Dark Swoop. Because you only draw 2 cards until it redraws. Until you go through like all your cards and you would redraw. Oof, close, close. So my best bet here, I'm just gonna use the 1 card to take him out. I use that for the energy, so that might break his shield and that will finish him off. And I think I'm trying to decide if I want to play extra shield or more attack. I think I'll do more attack because I didn't expect him to get a kill on me. And so that's nice. I actually, good thing. Oh, wasn't expecting that exactly. I keep forgetting about the aroma, but that's okay because his bird's on last stand and now it's dead because of this with the 2 moves later. So now I just have his 1 Axie to deal with. I have 4 energy, so I'm just going to use 3 on a full out assault, and I'll throw in a pumpkin on there so that there's no way he can kill my tank, and this should be a pretty easy win. There it is. 2 matches, 2 wins. Up in 1200 rank. So yeah, that's Axie Infinity. I highly recommend getting into it. It is a little bit of an investment. You're looking at throwing a few $100s into it just to get started, but I definitely think it's worth it. It's awesome, it's fun, and you get a chance, if you're really good at it and get some good Axies, you can win a lot of money. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Alex. I stream this live on Twitch, so make sure you go and check me out there, just at Alex Sheets on Twitch, and thanks for watching.